Okay, so let's do. So I asked you not to do the first few here, first 6 questions. Let's go straight to the word problems. So again, if you makes it easier for you, maybe something you can do is change this just for now, like something like that, and put a number there. He mowed 10 yards on Monday. He mowed 2 yards on Tuesday. He mowed 4 yards on Wednesday. How many yards did he mow in 3 days? Well, if it was just numbers, well, it'd be 10 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, and 4 on Wednesday. So that would be a total of 16 yards. So that's the idea, right? So, and I'm going to change this. If he mowed 24 yards for the whole week, how many did he mow for the rest of the week? Well, the whole week was a total of 24. Minus, we know what he did on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, he did 16. It's 24 minus 16, so it's 8, right? So that means that the rest of the week, he did 8 yards. That's the same. So again, it's the same idea, but with expressions. So how much did he mow in 3 days? Well, we're going to add these. And I want you to put in parentheses. I know we're going to take them out, but we're still going to put in parentheses. All right, so now if you pretend there's a little 1 here, it's a positive 1, by the way, right? Looks like a positive 1. They all going to multiply like that. When you multiply, it's going to be the same thing that's in the parentheses. So why did we do it? Well, until you're comfortable, right? Just to show you that that's how we remove the parentheses. You just can't remove the parentheses for no reason. So 4x minus 7 plus 3x squared plus 10. So that's our, right? So now that all the parentheses are removed, I can add the like terms. And again, do colors, do squares, whatever it is. So all the 3x's with the 3x's. So I'm going to write 2x squared plus 3x squared. Now, x's, there's a 5x and there's a 4x. So plus 5x plus 4x. It's a really bad color. And then minus 3 minus 7 plus 10. Minus 3 minus 7 plus 10. So if we add this up, and I did it correctly, 2x squared plus 3x squared is 5x squared. 5x plus 4x are both positive, so it's 9x. Negative 3 and negative 7 is negative 10, and negative 10 plus 10 is just 0, so we don't need to really write it. So this is how much he mowed all week. So I'm going to put Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm going to keep that number. So now, what did he mow on Thursday and Friday? Because that's the question here. So we know that the whole week he did 14x squared plus 12x minus 3. So we're going to have to subtract what he did on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And whatever's left over, it's what he did on Thursday and Friday. So again, this time the parenthesis is really, really necessary. So we're going to pretend there's a 1 here. So negative 1 times positive 5 is negative 5. Negative 1 times positive 9, negative times a positive is a negative, and it becomes 9x. Notice that, look, inside the parentheses, this was positive and this was positive. Now they're both negative. So let's circle. I'm going to circle this guy with this guy. They're the same kind. So 14x squared minus 5x squared. And then over here, I'm going to circle the 12x and minus 9x plus 12x minus 9x because they're the same. And then the minus 3 I put in the corner there. Combine like terms. What's 14 minus 5? It's 9x squared. What's 12 minus 9? It's positive 3x and minus 3. So how much did he mow on the remaining days of the week? 9x squared plus 3x minus 3. So question 2, we sort of did it in class. Molly has this many dollars. Ron has this many dollars. How much money do they have together? So we're just going to add Molly has this much. Ron has this much. Let's add them. Pretend there's a 1 here, right? The distributive property. It's a positive one, so when it's positive outside, that's nice because it's just the same thing. Positive times a positive is a positive 20. Positive times a negative is a negative. And notice that the 20 minus 5x is the same here. The 4x plus 10 is the same here. Combine like terms. It's going to be 4x minus 5x. And then plus 10 plus 20. So these two we're going to combine. And these two we're going to combine. That's 4x minus 5x. Negative 1x plus 30. So how much money do they have together? This much. Okay. So how much more does Molly have? So they're telling us that Molly has more money. How much more money? Well, it is whatever she has. That's what Molly has. Minus whatever Ron has. So let's remove the parentheses. So this one, right? Multiply. Make sure you use this sign. So it's positive times a positive. It's positive 4x. Positive times positive is 10. Negative times a positive is going to give me negative 20. And negative times a negative is going to give me positive 5x. Combine like terms. 4x plus 5x are side by side. And then plus 10 minus 20. What's 4x plus 9x? 5x, 9x. And then 10 minus negative 20 is negative 10. So how much more money does he have? He has that much. So Ron has this much. So again, let me show you. Ron has $8. Okay, and to buy the prize, he needs $12. Right. So imagine you have $8 and you want to buy something that's $12. How much more money do you need? Well, if I have $8 and the price, whatever I want to buy, the teddy bear is $12, well, I'll do this, and I get $4. So for the $8 that I have, I need to somehow get $4 more so that I can buy the prize. Okay, so you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese? That's the idea. So he has this many tickets. That's how many tickets he has, Ross. And to get the prize, he needs 15x plus 1 tickets. Ross doesn't have enough. This is not enough. So how many more tickets does he need? Well, same idea, right? 15x plus 1. We're going to subtract what Ron has. And then our answer is going to say how many more tickets we need. 15x plus 1. Now put a 1 over here. You don't forget. Negative and a positive is a negative. Negative and a negative is a positive. And 1 times 5 is 5. Now I can combine like terms. 15x minus 8x. Side by side. And then 1 plus 1 plus 5 side by side. 15 minus 8 is 7. X. And 1 plus 6 is 6. So how many more tickets does he need? 7 plus 6 tickets. So, this one talks about perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around an enclosed figure, right? So, I want to walk around the triangle, or walk around the square, I want to take a walk around this, what is this? Rhombus. Right, so if I want to take a walk and I just how many steps that I take, I add all the sides. So, x plus 3 minus 2x plus 7 plus 5. Okay, and then here, if it's a square, all the sides are the same, right? So let's do a triangle first. So, hold on, let me put the parentheses here. x plus 3 minus 2x plus 7 plus y. Put my invisible 1 over there. I remove the parentheses and notice that it's the same thing. So once you start understanding that, notice that this, I didn't even need to put the parentheses because it was a positive 1, and you can just write it like this. So combine like terms, all the x's together. This is this. X minus 2x is negative 1x. The y, sorry, we put the y plus y all by itself. And then 3 plus 10 is 3 plus 7 is 10. So and that's the answer. So what's the perimeter? P equals the perimeter. That's the answer. Now here we have a square, so all the sides are the same. So you can do this, and I'm pretty sure. So the perimeter equals 4z plus 3 plus 4z plus 3 plus 4z plus 3 plus 4z plus 3. You can do that. Or you can do 4 times 4z plus 3 and just multiply, right? Because there's 4 sides. Your choice. I'm hoping that you will do the second one because it's so much easier to write. And if you do that, you do the distributivity property. 4 times 4 is 16z. 4 times 3 is 12. So to take a lap around 16z plus 12. And notice you get the same answer, right? 4z plus 4z plus 4z plus 4z is 16z. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. So you got a choice. This one, right? We're going to add all the sides. Oh my god. So let's write 2a squared plus 3ab plus 4a squared plus 3b squared plus 6b squared minus 5ab. Notice that I didn't put the parentheses. Why? Because we're adding. And we're adding, right? And I'll put the parentheses right now. Right? So the next step would be to take out the parentheses. It would be the same thing. So imagine I put the parentheses, and I put a little 1 here, right? And I do the distributive property. Right? And then I would write the next line, and notice what? That you would get this. So now let's combine the like terms. It's probably, so a squared, there's 1a squared, there's another a squared here. So 2a squared plus 4a squared side by side. There's a b squared over here. And there's a 6b squared. So those two side by side. And finally the ab's, because they're completely different. Plus 3ab minus 5ab. Right? So when they're adding, we add the coefficients, right? And then the variable stays. Right? So a squared, let's write the a squared. Add the 2 and 4, get 6. This is b squared, right? So let's add. So we get positive 3 and positive 6. It's going to be positive 9. And then this is going to be something ab. And let's do 3 minus 5. And what's 3 minus 5? Negative 2. So there's your answer. Same thing here. Okay, very the same thing. So let's do the easy one first. So I'm going to just write 5x minus 2. This is 7 plus 3x. So again, because we're adding, take a shortcut here. 7 minus 2x plus 5x plus 5, right, which is this side, plus another 7 minus 2x, plus 3x minus 4 on top, which is this guy, and then 3x minus another 4. We're going to combine all the x's, so find everything that's x, minus 2x, plus 5x, minus 2x, plus 3x, plus 3x. Let's put them together, side by side. And then let's do numbers, right? 7 plus 5 plus 7 minus 4 minus 4. So let's put them together. Plus 7 plus 5 plus 7 minus 4, minus 4. So now it just becomes a calculated problem. So negative 2 and 5 is 3. 3 and negative 2 is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So I get 7x. 7 and 5 is 12. 12 and 7 is 19. 19 minus 4 is 15. And 15 minus 4 is 11. Positive 11. So that's the answer. This one is the same. I can erase that. So notice that this is 7 plus 3x. And this is 5x minus 2. So you want to add all the sides. So I'll do it the long way. You can do 5x minus 2 plus 5x minus 2 plus 7 plus 3x plus 7 plus 3x. Or you could have done, I know there's 2 of them, so I'm going to go 2 times 5x minus 2 plus 2 times 7 plus 3x, because there's 2 of them. Which one do you prefer? So let's do this one. 5x, 5x, 3x, and 3x. So all the like terms next to each other. Plus 3x, yeah, plus 3x, plus 3x. And then minus 2, plus 7, plus 7. So minus 2, plus 7, plus 7. Combine the like terms. Let's combine all the x's. 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 is 16x. Negative 2 is negative 4 plus 7 is positive 3. And 3 plus 10 is over here we have a triangle, so we can do 3a minus b plus 3a minus b plus 3a minus b. Or we can do, well, we know there's 3 of them, so I multiply 3 times and put in parentheses 3a minus b. This one I'm going to use this Fourier property. And we get 3 times 3 is 9, 8. Positive times a negative is a negative, and 3 times b is 3b. And that's your answer. Look how much easier it is than doing this, putting all the like terms next to each other, and you get the same answer. So do you want that one, or you got that one? Okay, so find the area of a rectangle. Rectangle is base times height, right? Right, so what's the width, or length times width, or length times width, whatever you want to call it. So it's this side times this side, basically, right? So it's 5 times, and you have to put in parentheses because this expression represents the side. Okay, so area equals those two multiplied, 15x minus 25y plus 30. Bottom, again, another rectangle. Draw it, guys. Draw it. That's 7. This is 6x minus 7. So how do you find the area? You multiply those sides, right? One side times the other side. Is 7 times the other side is an expression, 6x minus 7. Do this Fourier property. And you get 42x minus 49. Alright, so the triangle I'm going to leave alone, so hopefully you leave alone that one. Okay, so I'll talk about it tomorrow. Now, this one is the missing side type problem. Okay, so like I said, right, so if I told you, hey, here's a triangle, this is 6, this is 4, and the perimeter is 13, the total is 13, how much is x? Right, so you would do, oh, that's easy. If these two are 10, right, 6 and 4 and 10, this side has to be 3 because I know the total is 13, so basically you're doing 13 minus 6 minus 4, right? The total minus these two, and you get 3, right? So the idea is the same. Here's a missing side, so what's the total? The total is this, 10a plus 3b plus 12. From that, we're going to subtract minus, put in parentheses, 3a plus 8, which is this side, minus the other side, 5a plus b. Right? And then whatever's left over is going to be our missing side. Okay, so 10a plus 3b plus 12. I'm going to pretend there's a 1. Multiply it out, right? You're going to get negative 3a minus 8. And here it's going to get minus 5a minus b. Combine like terms. 10a, this a, this a. I get 10a minus 3a minus 5a. You got 2b's plus b and minus b plus 3b minus b. And then the numbers, 12 and negative 8. So, plus 12, sorry. And minus 8. So you combine like terms. 10a minus 3a minus 5a is just 2a. 3b minus b, remember there's a 1 here, so it's 3b minus 1b is positive 2b. And positive 12 minus 8 is 4. So the missing side, how much is the missing side? That's the length of the missing side. Again, same thing. It's another triangle. One is 5x plus y. This is 7 plus x. And they're asking for the missing side. How much is the missing side? And they're telling us that the total is 7x minus 2y plus 15. So we're going to subtract this side. We're going to subtract that side. So minus parentheses 5x plus y minus parentheses 7 plus x. So our first step is to remove the parentheses, and we're going to put a little 1 there. So it's 7x minus 2y plus 15. And notice that when it's a negative, right, the negative changes everything that's inside. So whatever was positive is now negative. Whatever is negative was positive. So notice that the 5x is positive. Now it's negative. Because a negative times a positive is a negative. That's a plus y. But when you're multiplying by the negative 1 that's outside, it's going to become negative y. Negative 1 times positive 7 is negative 7. And negative 1 times positive x is negative x. There you go. 7x minus 5x minus x, they all should be side by side. Negative 2y minus y should be side by side. And then last one, the plus 15 and minus 7. Plus 15 minus 7 should be side by side. 7x minus 5x, and then if you'd like, you can put a 1 there. It's just 1x, or just x. Negative 2y minus y, remember you can put a 1 again, so it's negative 2 minus 1, negative 3y. 15 minus 7 is just positive 8. So that missing side of the triangle, that's what it is. 8. It's a rectangle. So we know that one side is 3x plus 4. So if that's 3x plus 4, guys, we also know that this is 3x plus 4. We also know that if I add this side with this side with this side and this side, the total perimeter is 10x plus 18. So let's find the missing. So if the total is 10x plus 18, we can do this. 10x plus 18. Let's take away this guy. And then let's take away this guy first. So 10x plus 18, and again, put that little 1 there. And you know that's going to change everything inside the parentheses to its opposite. So it's going to be minus 3x, minus 4, minus 3x, minus 4. Combine like terms. This guy is this guy and this guy. So 10x minus 3x minus 3x, and the other ones, the leftovers, is plus 18 minus 4 minus 4. Okay, so 10 minus 3 is 4x. 18 minus 4 is 10. So 4x plus 10 is what's left over. So we have two sides, right? So 4x plus 10 is this side, and this side combined. So what do? We divide by 2. We're going to take 4x plus 10. I'm going to divide by 2. I'm going to divide that by 2. I'm going to divide that by 2. What's 4 divided by 2? 2x. Plus, what's 10 divided by 2? 5. So that means that this is 2x plus 5, and this is 2x plus 5. Okay. Rectangle. So again, it's always nice if you draw it out. So it says that the width, this is 3x plus 4, which means this guy is 3x plus 4. So we're missing this side and this side, but they're the same. So, same thing. Let's subtract. So the total they're saying is 8x squared plus 10x plus 6, the total perimeter. So let's subtract this width, and then subtract that same from the other side. And whatever left over, we're going to divide by 2 to find our missing side. So put a 1 here. So negative times a positive is a negative. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Negative times a positive against a negative, and negative 1 times 4 is negative. And this repeats because it's the same numbers. Combine like terms. This guy with this guy and this guy. So 8x squared minus 3x squared minus 3x squared. X's, we got plus 10x minus 4x and plus 4x. Minus 4x, and this should be minus, by the way. Minus 4x. And then plus 6, because that's this little number here all by itself. Well, combine. 8 minus 3 is going to be 2x squared. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. Good. 10x minus 4x is also going to be plus 2x. Not squared though. And then plus 6. So I know that these two sides, this one and this one, if I add them together, I get this. So I'm going to divide that by 2. Right, so when I divide it by 2, I'm going to divide that by 2, that by 2, and that by 2. So let's do one at a time. 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so I get x squared. 2 divided by 2 again is 1, so I just get x. Right, so if you want to write a 1, be my guest. And lastly, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Plus 3. So this side here measures x squared plus x plus 3, and this side is x squared plus 3x plus x plus 3. Okay? We have one more question. It's a PDF. No, it's a Word document. So here, let's draw a square. And let's have the problem back. Let's draw a square. Oh my God. Perimeter of this square. So if I add all the sides, this side, I don't want to write that, but this plus this plus this plus this. So that plus that plus that plus that equals 32 AB minus 12. Now I know all the sides are the same because it's a square. So all we have to do is divide it by 4. But be careful how you divide this by 4, because you have to divide this by 4 and this by 4. So we're multiplying everything, dividing everything by 4. So here it's 32 divided by 4, which is 8. AB, don't forget the AB. Minus, and what's 12 divided by 4? 3. So this side is AB3 minus 3. This one is AB minus 3. This one is AB minus 3. And this one is AB minus 3. If you want to double check, add them up, right? Because you have to get, so if I decided to add this size, just to see if I did my question correctly, is my answer going to be 32AB minus 12? Well, 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 32AB. Negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, and negative 3 is negative 12. Look at that. Our answer is correct. Okay. And